so welcome back to my channel, and in this video series I'm going to be telling you how to prep your book, how to continue writing and staying motivated, and how to finish off strong. There is going to be a total of 3 videos for this series, so I hope you guys stay tuned. In this video I'm going to be telling you how to prep your book and how to do well so when you start writing you'll have everything you need. Before I continue on, I just want to introduce myself to any of the new viewers. My name is Monroe. I am an indie author. My first book, Deadly Scream, came out last month, well, I guess 2 months ago now on March 29th. This book is a dark YA fantasy where the main character is secretly not human and she lives in the human world. The main character's name is Ivy Hurtnot, and like I said, she's not like the others of where she lives. And because of this, she's always in danger and she's always in hiding from other people that want to hurt her and exploit her secret. And after running into a few bad people, she's taken to another world where she's introduced to what she is and where she came from and why she's like the way she is. Like I said, this is a YA dark fantasy. I really hope you guys go pick it up on Amazon. The paperback is $14.99 and the ebook is $2.99. I really hope you guys go pick it up. The links will be in the description. So like I said, for this episode, I'm going to be telling you guys how to prep your book. And the first thing that you guys actually need to do is figure out if you're a pantser or an outliner. And if you don't know the difference, I will explain it really quick. A writer that is a pantser kind of just doesn't do any planning. Like, they might do a little bit, but they really just go into it and just write. They don't have anything written down for like plans or plot. They don't have an outline. They just go into it and just write, and that's what works for them. They're not planners. They're straight up writers that don't care about outlining. Their creative minds can get them through their drafts without needing to have an outline. And obviously an outliner, which is what I am, has all of the entire book written out in an outline. They have a lot of details about their characters, about their world, just anything that like you need to have information on. They pretty much have all the files for their future selves if they need them. So really, this video specifically is mostly for outliners that really want to know everything about their worlds, their characters, like everything about their plot before they start writing. I mean, pantsers can do this stuff too. It's just not common that they do a lot of things to prep for their book. Like, they may know their characters a little bit and they may have an idea of where they want to go with the story, but overall they don't really have like all of the nitty-gritty details down that an outliner. Anyway, on to the next step. So the second thing I recommend doing is having character worksheets. I found out that this helps me a lot. For me, I have this base document where I literally have all of the characters' information, like basic information, like their name, their height, their skin color, their hair color, like their eye color. There's that part of it, and then I literally have an entire specific page on the back of those where it's like, what are their hobbies? What would they get to drink at a coffee house? What would they paint their nail color? What's their favorite animal? Pretty much, when you want to learn about your character, you need to know more about your character than your readers are going to know about. You want to know absolutely everything because your character could randomly be going to a coffee shop and you're sitting there like, oh crap, what would my character order on the regular? And that's where this fun stuff comes in, and it's like, if someone takes them to a nail salon, what color are they going to get their nails? Or it's like, if they go to adopt an animal, what animal would they adopt? Obviously, most of the stuff isn't going to come up in novels, especially like fantasy novels, but I'm just saying it's very helpful to have that information just at the back of your hand in case you need it. Like, for an example, I literally have on every single worksheet what house at Hogwarts would my character go into. So it's like, it's just stuff like that that like defines their character. You want to know your characters like the back of your hand. Because when you're writing your novel, you're going to need to know how they react with their emotions. You're going to need to know how they are, like if they're open to everyone, if they're open books, or if they're closed off, or like why they're closed off. Like, you need to know, like I said, absolutely everything. And character worksheets, like, they help a lot. A lot of the time what I do with my character worksheets is I'll actually find like a celebrity or go on Pinterest and like print out a picture of like, okay, this is what I want my character to generally look look like. I'd get a picture and be like, okay, this is what my character is generally going to look like. This is what I want her hair to look like. This is what I want the face shape to look like, or the eyes. Like, you can have more than one picture for your character, which actually goes into the next tip. So tip number 3 is create your mood boards. And I didn't do this for Deadly Scream, but I wish I did. But if you guys watched my writing blog I posted a little bit ago, I showed you guys this page on my outline. This page is my mood board for my second book that will be coming out. Not in the same series. It's not gonna be Deadly Scream's second book. This is gonna be a whole new book apart from that. And this is what I like to have to like remember. Obviously there's a theme here. It's like there's devil, it's hell. The theme is like black, white, and gray. Like, you guys get, you know, the mood, the aesthetic of what I'm going for. And I think it's really important to have these in case like you're in a slump, and like just looking at this just makes me feel so good about like, this is what my story is supposed to look like. This is what the vibe I want to give off. And I think that's really important to have a book mood board. And you don't necessarily have to have it on your outline. I just put mine on my outline just so I can like look back for it. And something I haven't done yet, but I'm going to do for the second book of Deadly Scream, which I'm currently outlining, is I do want to have mood boards for each character. I want to get into their heads more. I want to learn about them more, even though I already know about the stuff in the first book, but I feel like I can expand on these characters more in the second book. I feel like readers are going to want to know more about these characters in the second book. So I will be creating mood boards. I highly recommend creating mood boards. I got all these pictures from Pinterest. I put them all in a collage on Publisher, and I included it with my, outline. I just think that mood boards are really important if like you need a visual example of what you want to do. Not everyone is going to be like a visual learner. Like, there are those visual learners or like those hands-on learners, or like, I don't even know how, like, exactly what I'm saying, but like there are some people that just need to have something to look at to remind themselves, this is what I want and this is what I'm trying to get to. The next tip I have for you is kind of similar to the last one, and it's make a playlist. You don't have to specifically make a playlist for each character, but I think it's a good idea to find songs to kind of remind you of your own writing and kind of remind you to what you want to happen in the book, and like just the moods that you can get while writing in the book. I know my playlist for Deadly Scream has a lot of songs, and like it's weird because I haven't listened to that playlist in a very long time. Like, I think I only listened to it up from like draft 1 to 3, and then afterwards it was all like not really music for the other drafts, but like I really liked having that playlist available. So I have 71 songs on my playlist, and there's literally 4 hours and 27 minutes worth of songs on here. And I love that I have that because I can come back, and for book 2, although I do have a different playlist for book 2 for the Deadly Scream series, I can come back, and if I'm like editing a scene, I can be like, okay, this is a song I listened to while I was writing this. Let me listen to it again while I'm reading it over and like try to get that mood in my writing. And speaking of mood, honestly, music really just puts people into the mood. A lot of the time I'll be listening to a song and I'll be like, this would be a great song in like a dance scene at a ball, or like this would be a great fighting song, and like there's just so many possibilities of having a music playlist dedicated to your book. All right, tip number 5 is honestly have a detailed outline. Like, you can have an outline, but have a detailed outline. My outline honestly is color coded. I'm not going to deny it, you guys. My outline is color coded. I've written notes on it and stuff. Like, there's different colored words, and there's just it's a lot. There's a lot of outlining with this. I think that honestly having a really detailed outline will help you write your novel so much more, because as you're writing your outline, you realize like you're literally writing your story in your head already. You're just getting plot points down, extra details down, and like you're literally helping yourself think of things as you're going through the outline, instead of like you're in the middle of your draft and you get stuck and you don't know what you want to do, or you're missing a detail and like you get stuck on something. You can literally look back at your outline and be like, okay, this is what I wanted. Or as you're writing the outline, you're like, okay, I need to put a detail here to remember later what I want to do. Having the outline is honestly so important for me, at least, because as I was writing the outline, it just helped me picture my story more before I even started writing my book. It started getting me way more excited for actually writing this book instead of just like sitting here and like thinking about it. Like, I'm literally writing down this outline and I'm like, this story is gonna come to life. It's gonna be amazing. I'm loving these characters. I'm loving this plot. And that is what honestly an outline can do. Obviously, besides having like all the details for you later. And the last tip I have for you guys is print out your outline. I used to be a hardcore have my outline on the computer. But I realized as I printed off this outline, I can add as many notes as I want. And like as I printed out this outline, I realized it's so much better to have it printed off because like you can literally see my notes on here. Like if you change something as you're writing the story, you can literally write it down in your outline to make sure, like, one, you remember you changed something. Two, you can use that to future, like, accommodate for the changes you make. Like, if you made a change at the beginning of the book, you're gonna have to remember about it while writing through the rest of the book. I don't know, I think having an outline is super important, but having a printed off outline is way better. One, obviously it has my mood board in it, which is amazing. And two, I like having this next to me instead of like two documents open at the same time. This is a lot easier to not get me distracted than having another document open. Plus it's more fun to like flip through it. And when you're done publishing your book and everything, you can go back and be like, all right, this is my outline. Like this is what happened and this is what I turned my book from. Like this is what I used to make my book. And like you can just look back at it and be like, this was amazing. In a way, I guess. I don't know, I just like having mine printed off. It's definitely a tip I recommend doing. I got mine printed off at Staples. A lot of people get theirs printed off at, oh, what's that one? Office Depot. Office Depot will also print off stuff like this, but I got mine done at Staples. And it wasn't that expensive at all. And if you're just doing it black and white, it's like really cheap. Like really, really cheap. Like if this wasn't in color, it probably would have been like $4 or $5, honestly. So I highly recommend printing off your outline. It will honestly save you in the long run when you need to make changes to the outline, or honestly, if you just want to look at your outline and just read through it. Alright you guys, that is it for this video. I hope you liked those 6 writing tips. They're not really writing tips, they're kind of prepping tips to write your book. Next episode, I will be talking about actual like writing your book and staying motivated. So if you really want to see that video, I highly recommend you put that down in the comments. I am excited to do this writing series for you guys. Like this video and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. I will see you next time, guys. Bye!